Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
And gentlemen, it's your boy. I'm back and it feels good. It feels like it's been a minute since I've been on the mic, but we are here. Welcome. Smash that like while you guys get in here. It's been a minute. We got some things to talk about, man. It's not going to be a super long show today. I do want to talk about what's been buzzing around the NFL and conversations happening amongst Bills Mafia. And I will tell you, they're warranted. These conversations, the criticism towards GM of the Buffalo Bills, Brandon Beane, is warranted. Because right now, if you're looking around the league and what matters, what you have to have in this league is you have to have three things, in my opinion, right? You need a quarterback to lead your offense. You don't got a quarterback, you're dead in the water. You need a pass rush. You absolutely need a pass rush. You don't got a pass rush, you're dead in the water. And you need cornerbacks. This is a passing league. You need DBs. You need guys that can stop the air attack. And I feel like the Bills are amongst the three. Obviously, we have ourselves a quarterback. Our pass rush obviously could be a lot better. It's not horrible, but it ain't amazing. And we got some pretty damn good DBs on the squad, and we've stacked up in the offseason. But the one thing that is standing out like a sore thumb is the pass rush. The pass rush has been something the Bills have been wanting and have gone after for years. And for some reason, it feels like we just can't get it right. We just can't get it right. Or we're decent, but we're not over the top. Or we come across an awful injury that derails the pass rush that we have. We just it feels like we don't have it. If you look at the Houston Texans, nasty pass rush. You look at the new LA Rams, they're going to have a nasty pass rush. The pass rush is of utmost importance in this game, which brings me to what this roster looks like right now. And the one question I've always wanted to ask Bills fans, and I was going to put up a poll. I might put up a poll tomorrow based on the trade that just happened. And I'm going to go through the details of the Myles Garrett trade because I think that's important for us to get over, because a lot of this stream is going to be surrounded around that and a few other Bills things as we kind of wrap up OTAs, and then mini camp and training camp is coming along. So when looking at this roster, what, aside from the offense, who is the best defensive player on our team right now? If you were to name the best defensive player on the team, who is it? I was asking myself that. I was like, is it Christian Benford? Is he our best player on the team? Or is it Cole Bishop? Maybe Cole Bishop's the best player on this team. Is it Bernard? Okay, maybe it's Greg Rousseau. Okay, no, is it Ed Oliver? Is it Michael Hoyt? Like, those are the questions that I have, because it then pertains to, if you want your GM to play ball, you want your GM to go out and get all these players, you got to have something to give up. You have to have something to give up. The last time I checked, if I said, who's untradeable on this team, there's only one player on this team that's untradeable. Don't you dare touch that player. That is obviously our leader, Josh Allen. Some might say, hey, man, don't even touch my guy, James Cook. You leave him on that offense. He ain't tradable. He's not tradable. You got to leave him on the squad. Some might say, hey, man, a couple years ago, if I said Deion Dawkins is up for trade, y'all would have been like, yo, don't even touch Deion Dawkins. Now you have people talking about, hey, man, you got to move Deion Dawkins, which I think is absolutely crazy. So then it's like, I'd like to know who is the best player on this team. And right now, I'm looking at the chat. Someone says a healthy Ed Oliver. Okay, I see Christian Benford, our best defensive player. Is that it? Is that it? Because I'll tell you right now, for those that were very loud about I need Myles Garrett, the Browns need something in return. So if I'm a Browns GM and I'm looking at this Bills roster, what is it that you're going to give me in order for you to get my prize possession right now in Myles Garrett? What do y'all have on this squad that's going to make me say, yeah, yeah, I'll definitely take that. So this is why I titled this the way I did. Y'all got to accept that we don't have a superstar on this defense. That's okay, because sometimes you don't need a superstar. You just need good quality players all around that do their 1/11th, right? Cliche. I know it sounds cliche, but that's what it is. So if you're going to poo-poo on Brandon Beane, talk about, oh, he just sits on his hands and he ain't doing crap and he ain't doing this. Those very same people talking that mess, when you ask him and put him on the spot and say, who would you trade? Crickets. Because all they do is yap, and they don't have anything to back up their complaint. If you're going to complain about something, you better come with it. So I'm looking at what the LA Rams did. Jared Verse still on his rookie deal. Young cat. One of the best pass rushers in the game. We don't have that on this roster. Let me tell you, I was listening to ESPN on satellite radios, Chris Canty on the morning show with I think Michelle Beadle. No, that's not her. I can't recall who it is. Don't quote me on this. And they mentioned two pass rushers that I was like, that's a given. It said one of the best pass rushers in terms of pressure. They said Myles Garrett, 1, Micah Parsons, 2. I was like, well, damn, who would be third? Jared Verse, 3. And then there's a gap right after that. We don't have that. We don't have that. This guy generates pressure. And he's only 3 years in the game. So that was what, and according to the Browns, nothing was moving the needle until they put that player in the mix. And then they said, wait a minute, now let's talk. Now let's talk. So, like, where is that player coming from on this Bills roster? What's that? I didn't hear you. Who'd you have? Exactly. Nobody. And it's not disrespect. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. There's no sexy player that you can get rid of on the squad. Jared Verse was what moved the needle. If not for that, they weren't moving him. So then I was like, okay, hold on. Let's play the game. But let's play the game anyway. Who you'd have to give up this year's first, next year's first, maybe the third year give up a second. I don't know. But you're going to give up those picks. So let's just say we matched the picks given, right? The Rams gave up 1, 2, and 3. 1 this year, 2 next year, 3 the third year. And they put a player in there. What player is going to move? Ed Oliver? They have Braden Fisk. We're good. They got Poona Ford. Funny enough, we had Poona Ford on our roster. They have Poona Ford. And he's doing great things over there. So you got Braden Fisk, you got Poona Ford. Ed Oliver? Nah, I'm good. I need something else. I need something on the edge. Who do we got on the edge? Michael Hoyt? Bradley Chubb? Greg Rousseau? Well, maybe Greg Rousseau might be the pick. If you're the Browns, are you giving up Myles Garrett for Greg Rousseau? You'd say no. Come on, people. Like, this is the thing. This is why I love Bills conversations, and I'm going to get into the chat as well. I love these conversations because they're conversations to be had. They're conversations to be had, and it's fair. Now, I will also say this. There was one intriguing. I think I was listening to my man Carl Jones earlier today, and he had a tweet pretty much lamenting what I'm saying now, and he was saying, "Hey, what else would you give up?" And somebody said 2 firsts, and I think a second round, also of the third year, right, in the 2029 or 2030 pick, whatever it is, and Deion Walker. Now you have someone's attention, because it makes you kind of say, because you're not immediately saying no, but you're looking, okay, I got a young guy. He's got first round talent, because had he not injured his back, this guy would have been a first round draft pick. So that was a steal for the Bills. Maybe you get that. Maybe throw in another player. Maybe it's like Deion Walker and Max Hairston. And I asked this question to you guys. Let's just say they wanted those three picks, first this year, first next year, a second in the third year, Max Hairston, and Deion Walker for Myles Garrett. Maybe you now pique their interest. You maybe pique their interest. I'm not saying they're doing it. You maybe pique their interest. The point I'm trying to make in this is this. Y'all want to poo-poo on Brandon Beane. There's reasons to poo-poo on him. Don't get me wrong. He's got his faults. But to say, oh, man, he just sits on his hands and he ain't doing diddly squat and he ain't doing nothing, fam, we got to get over that. We got to get over that, man. Like, Myles Garrett, they reworked his deal in order to entice people. But you got to give something up that's worthy, that's worthwhile. Greg Rousseau is a fine player, but he's a difference maker. I'll let you guys decide. Jared Verse, difference maker. Clearly, the Cleveland Browns believe that, and that's why they said, let's do the deal. Now, what I'm interested in is, because these things do come about later on, I would have been very interested to know who else was in the mix for this trade. Who else was who else was interested in making that thing happen? That I would have been very interested in. All right, number 2. And I promise you I'm going to get to your comments in the chat. I promise that. Number 2. You got to have a GM that has an attitude that I don't give a rat's A. I want to win now. And that's the big thing. If someone's going to get on Brandon Beane's behind about anything, it's sometimes he might be a little too conservative and thinking really long term. I want sustainability. I want long term, you know what I'm saying, being viable and being in the mix always. I want to be relevant, because as a GM, you always want to be in the mix, because if you put yourself in the mix, in contention, there's always a shot for you to, make it to the dance. Les Snead, on the other hand, it was like, man, bump all that. I'm trying to win every year. And if I have my opportunity to do it right now, I'm doing it. And that he did. You saw what he did when he said, yo, Matthew Stafford, come on through. He had to make tough decisions. I'll take Matthew Stafford. You take my old quarterback. Let's run it. What does he do? He gets a Super Bowl. But he gave up a whole lot. Everybody's like, oh, man, even Brandon Beane was like, I don't want to put myself in a position of what the Rams did when they gave up everything, and look at them now. Well, look at them now. Do you think they're struggling to figure life out after they gave up a haul for Matthew Stafford? No, they're right back into the mix. Not only are they in the mix, they went and got Devontae Adams. You drafted well and got Puka Nacua. You have a nice running back in Kyron Williams. You have a decent O-line. You went and drafted extremely well with Byron. Byron Murphy? Byron Murphy. You got yourself Braden Fisk. You got yourself Jared Verse. Fam, that's a good squad. Oh, by the way, Trent McDuffie, welcome to the squad. That GM don't give a rat's A. He's going to do whatever it takes. I don't know how he does it and the balls his brother has, but he's making it happen. And here's the crazy part. Not only did he go ahead and get Myles Garrett, the best pass rusher in the game, and probably by the time his career is over and done with, the guy, did he just turn 30? He might be the best pass rusher in the game, period. Generational, if you will. Oh, by the way, they're knocking on the door for Aaron Donald to return to the Rams. Are you kidding me? Yes, he's 35. But if you see this guy work out on social media, he don't look like no damn 35-year-old. All he said was, yo, let me get a little bit more fire underneath me. Shoot, I might pick up the phone and come back to the LA Rams. Golly. You get Aaron Donald returning with, what, I think 2 years rest. I think he hasn't played in 2 years now. With 2 years rest, maybe 3 years rest. He's been working out this whole time, get himself in football shape, and it's early enough. Teams are still in OTAs. If he picks up the phone and says, yo, I'm coming through, this gives him 2 months to get into football shape. Come on, man. My man said, yo, Rico, aren't you AD's age? No, I'm a little older than AD, bro. I'm 41, baby. I'm going to be 42 in November, man. I'm an old man now. I'm 40 plus. This guy, 35? Bro, he good. And the way he takes care of his body, he was out working out Jared Verse. Jared Verse was like, yo, I'm the young buck, man. I got you. I'm going to outwork you. Heck no. He put Jared Verse to shame. So I say this because Les Snead was like, bro, I don't give a rat. I'm trying to win now. Now's my window. I was able to get Myles Garrett. I just put on 2 more years of an extension for my quarterback. I drafted Ty Simpson. Smart move when you now think about it, because they just gave up a whole slew of picks. So they're out of the running if they're trying to get a quarterback, a high enough decent quarterback for years to come. You know what they did? They said, I'll get my quarterback now. So if something goes awry when we make this big push for Myles Garrett, yo, I got my quarterback of the future right here. Bro, Les Snead, yo, big shout out to Les Snead. Big shout out to Les Snead because that boy did it. That boy nice, man. He don't give a rat's A. Get the job done. Bring all the players. Let the coaches figure it out. My job is to build this team to be a championship level team. He's already done it. He's done it. Within 10 years, he got a championship. Now he's trying to get another one. Maybe 2. Golly, good for the Rams. And by the way, we meet the Rams week 5. That should be fun. That should be a good time. So big shout out to the Rams. I'll tie this in on how this works out for the Bills and how the Bills should be looking at this. But this is more. My girl L Boogie's like, yo, Rams are just show offs, bro. They are, man. They're just show offs, bro. They're like, yo, I'm Les Snead, baby. That's what I do. F them picks. He really does mean it. F those picks. I don't care about them. Eat them. You know what I'm saying? We eat them things for breakfast, bro. That's him. He's like, yo, take them. You can have it. I'm trying to build something right now so I can win. Got myself a quarterback. I got myself 2 damn good receivers. I got myself my running back. I got a decent O-line. I got a head coach that knows the game extremely well. And I just got I got the best pass rusher in the game. And by the way, I'm on the phone with Aaron Donald to come back. Bro, these boys are going to be putting points on the board and putting pressure on the back. God, and you got Trent McDuffie. And they drafted pretty decent this year. Come on, man. Good on the Rams, man. Good on the Rams. Don't be mad. Don't be mad at my man Brandon Beane because he wasn't able to make some things happen. Don't be mad at that brother, man. There's certain GMs that just have that ability to just take risks. Now, Brandon Beane has taken risks. They just haven't been. They've just been unlucky, if you will. I mean, going for Von Miller wasn't a bad idea. It's just that he was a little older and we overpaid. We absolutely overpaid. And it's unfortunate because he was playing great football 8 weeks into the year. And then he went down and just was not the same player. Brandon Beane, you got to give it to him. He's trying. He's got a bit of conservativeness in him, but he is trying. But he doesn't go for the big swing. And I think that's what Bills fans are a little upset about. Go for the big swing. But you gotta have a little something behind your swing, right? You gotta have something behind your swing. If you're going to swing, you got to swing real good. Don't be coming up here and then coming in for a bunt. Don't be coming in for a bunt. Teams are going to be like, yo, what are you doing here, man? What you doing, man? I got a fastball for you. I got a fastball for you, and you coming in, you make it seem like you're going to do something and you bunt. Yo, teams are not interested. And I think that's what Bills fans are looking at. We're going for bunts. Where's the big swing? Well, you got to have a little something behind you. What do we have? And that's why I asked, who is the best defensive player on this team? Who is he? Who is the best defensive player on this team? And when you find out who your 4 best are, of the 4 that you have potentially on your list, which team is going to say, yep, that's the guy I want. That's the guy. Christian Benford, I want that guy. I love Christian Benford. He's my favorite defensive player on this team right now. Ed Oliver, I like it. Listen, Ed Oliver is a first-round draft pick. I think Ed Oliver, when he's healthy, he's a damn good player. But is anybody really saying, yo, give me that guy. I want that guy? No. Greg Rousseau? Yeah, give me Greg. No. We don't got that guy on defense. So if we were even going to try to get something, the picks would have been it. And here's the thing. Bills are always picking late 20s. We're picking late 20s always. So like it's not like we're a team that's going to be terrible and we're going to give an opportunity to a team to pick in top 10. We're not. We're absolutely not. Walter's like, yo, he's trying. He's trying. Brandon Beane, he's trying. Brandon, he's trying Beane. I know. I get it. Trying ain't good enough. So, listen, man, congratulations to the Rams. The Rams came through, did what they need to do. They got their guy. They swung hard, and they were able to get it. And they were persistent. They stayed on the Cleveland Browns the whole time. Until they got the deal done. Yo, the Rams are sneaky, man. The Rams are sneaky. The same way that they were all in on Ty Simpson, but they made it seem that they weren't. They even told him, yo, don't say a word. Don't say a word that you met with us. Don't even say a word. And the whole time, the whole league was shocked. They were, what? You took a quarterback with the 13th pick? Are you kidding me? Whole time, they're like, yep, because we know what we're doing. The whole league was asleep. The Rams are awake saying, yo, we're just waiting. We're buying our time before it's time. And that they did. They struck gold, man. They struck gold with Myles Garrett. Now, flip side, Cleveland Browns. I'm going to touch base on Cleveland Browns for a little bit, and I'm out of there because I don't got much to say about them. The Cleveland Browns, if they have something in Shedeur Sanders, bro, they're going to have 2 first-round picks this upcoming draft. They're going to have 2 second-round draft picks the next year, and then 3. Bro, you've got an opportunity to load up, and they drafted extremely well last year, and they drafted well this year. They can build something really nice if, in fact, Shedeur Sanders is their guy. You've got a new head coach that is a QB whisperer. Maybe you got some. There's some kind of connection there. So if he can get the best out of Shedeur Sanders, you're golden. Dylan Gabriel, I mean, I don't know much about Dylan Gabriel. I think he's cooked. I feel bad for that guy. He went to the wrong team in disarray, taking 2 quarterbacks, and now the quarterback that got taken in the 5th is getting way more buzz than the one that got taken in the 3rd. We'll see how that plays out. And then Deshaun Watson. Who knows what they're going to do with Deshaun Watson? So that being said, now Jared Verse joins a defense that's pretty damn good. They were already a pretty decent defense to begin with. They were just kind of finding their way on offense. So Jared Verse you still have a fastball, it's just not Myles Garrett. But Jared Verse is a damn good player on a rookie contract. That'll be interesting to see how they build around this Cleveland Browns team. Okay, so draft picks, they got a slew of them, and now we're gonna watch to see what the Cleveland Browns do. That'll be interesting. All right, let's flip the script. A.J. Brown. Now, I see Bills fans are pissed about A.J. Brown. And they're not really mad about A.J. Brown. They're mad about what we did with DJ Moore. That's the uproar right now. How dare the Bills give up a second-round draft pick and paying him $28 million a year for 3 years, and the freaking Patriots just picked up A.J. Brown for a first in 2028 and a fifth-round draft pick. They won the trade. Listen, I'm a fan of A.J. Brown. I think A.J. Brown is a damn good receiver. But I'm also not fearful of A.J. Brown. I'm not. Yeah, but he's going to be playing with Drake May. He was just playing with Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl winner. When Jalen Hurts wants to be on the money, he's on the money. I mean, listen, there weren't many complaints a couple years ago when A.J. Brown was doing the damn thing, right? So am I moved? Am I shook by A.J. Brown? Not necessarily. I think he's a damn good player. I think we got some dogs in the squad that can take care of business. But I like DJ Moore. I was never mad the fact that we grabbed DJ Moore. I didn't give a rat's A that we gave a second-round draft pick for him. That's the price you got to pay. You got to pay the price. That's what you got to do. Look, the Rams just paid the price for Myles Garrett because you had to. The Bills needed to move the needle. And right now, that was the best option at the time, and they grabbed DJ Moore. DJ Moore joins an offensive coordinator that he once played for, and he had a great year with him when he was with the freaking Carolina Panthers, with quarterbacks that weren't worth a damn. And he was still putting up numbers. Yeah, but he had 600 receiving yards last year, and this, that, and the third. But listen, when he came to the Bears the first couple years, he was that dude. And then had we grabbed a DJ Moore a couple years ago to put him on the Bills, we would have been just as excited. He's 29. He just turned 29. You're acting like he's 33. So us being upset that we gave up too much, bro, let me tell you something, Bills fans. You won't care that you gave up a second-round draft pick and you're paying him $28 million a year if he's giving you 1,200 yards receiving and 8 touchdowns. You're going to be like, bro, we won this one. We love this trade. Now, if he comes in, he just can't get right to the offense. Him and Josh are not vibing. They're not working out. And he's just a healthy scratch or he's not working out. Then you have every right to just boo the heck out of Beane. But until that happens, bro, let that thing play out, man. Let that thing play out. I'm not really on this train of being upset because the Patriots got A.J. Brown. So be it. We knew he was going there. It was just a matter of what the compensation was going to be. But we didn't have time to wait and figure things out. We needed to make something happen immediately. That's why we picked up DJ Moore. We picked him up, and he's ready to roll. I'm not trying to hear nothing. So as long as we build on this, I'm good with it. And now you add in the likes of Skylar Bell, now things become a little more interesting. And things will get even more interesting because there's conversations now happening surrounding the Bills with a certain player that could return to Buffalo. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. But let me just wrap this up and land this plane on this A.J. Brown to the Patriots. Listen, it's a good move, and it was always going to be that. Several things played a factor in this.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance. All backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.
Mike Vrabel are buddies. They love each other. That's his guy. And number two, he never wanted the brother traded in the first place when he was in Tennessee. It was out of his decision making. The GM is the one who made that trade. And guess what? The GM ended up getting fired a year or two later. So that was a bad move. And Mike Vrabel was not the one that wanted that to happen. So A.J. Brown returns to the head coach that loved him in the first place. A.J. Brown goes to his childhood favorite team, and he's got the opportunity to do it. Bro, go. Go there. Do what you do. The Bills are still going to win the division. I don't care what y'all do. The Bills are still going to win that division. We still going to get our act together, and we're going to win that division. We let these guys get their rocks off. They went to the Super Bowl. I mean, they're represented. We get that part. All right? Y'all went to the Super Bowl with no Bo Nix. You guys were going against Jared Stidham. Settle down. Okay? But A.J. Brown is a good receiver, but I'm content with DJ Moore. I like where DJ Moore is at. He's going to get through the growing pains. He's going to do what he's got to do to get on track with Josh Allen, and we're going to be rolling. We're going to be rolling. I don't have any and ifs, buts about this decision-making on being DJ Moore over A.J. Brown. I like it. I'm not fretting. I'm not sweating it. Good for A.J. Brown. He went to the team that he loves. He's got the head coach that he loves. Good. They'll probably have success. Fantastic. So will we. I would have an issue is if we made no moves and we decided to just bring on Skylar Bell and do what we normally do and bring on, Timbuktu out of nowhere to just come and fill in and be on the squad while everybody's making moves. We made a move. We're good. In the words of my man P Money, we're good on this side. We're all right. We're going to be all right. So that's number one. A.J. Brown, good for you. We cool on that. Third topic of the night, I'm out of here. There's a little birdie. Shout out to my man Drake. There's a little birdie that is circulating around the NFL that maybe, just maybe, we can see Stephon Diggs back in a Bills uniform. Would we be here for it? Are you here for a Stephon Diggs? I said Stephon Brown. Stephon Diggs reunion in Buffalo. I'm here to tell you, folks, I loved Stephon Diggs when he was with the Bills. I hated to see him go. And if he were to return to the Bills, I think it would be great. I think it would be great. We don't want him. He's a diva. He's a this and he's a that. He's a baller. That's what he does. He's intense. He gets the job done. And you can count on him. Yeah, but he missed that pass in the end zone or in the playoffs and we couldn't count on him. You're right about that. This brother just disappears in the playoffs. However, he would not be the number one target if he were to be on the Bills. Because now you have the reliable Khalil Shakir. You have the DJ Moore, that's your receiver one. You have Josh Palmer, that's going to be trying to get healthy to be a complementary piece. Then you have Skylar Bell, that I think is going to be a damn good player. And then you bring in Stephon Diggs and fit him in where you need to fit him. And that creates competition. That tells me, hey, Palmer, you think you on this roster because we got that deal? No, we got Diggs here. And Diggs is going to try to take your spot. Oh, by the way, Keon Coleman, maturity, step your game up. Bro, that just creates competition. And if you bring in Diggs on the squad and he doesn't pan out, it doesn't look the guy that we thought he was, ship him out. Not going to work out. But I highly doubt it because I'll tell you right now, muscle memory will kick in between 17 and 14 or whatever number he decides to go with, and they'll be right back on their BS. Lighten up the skies. I would invite that conversation of having Diggs back in Buffalo. Why not? Why not? He didn't do anything that was so crazy. It's just that he fell out of favor. He fell out of favor as soon as Joe Brady came in and was the offensive coordinator. Things changed from there because if you look at Stephon Diggs' numbers prior to the addition of Joe Brady, he was lighting it up. Then things changed. Now, why would he want to come back to an offense where things changed and he wasn't the guy? Because he won't be the guy. He will be a guy that you can count on and rely on. I know people don't want to hear it. I get it. It's not the first time. Y'all feel that, Brandon Beane could have also got Myles Garrett. You're wrong about that too. Right? who's right, who's wrong. But in this case, I would absolutely bring that brother back and see what he does. Look, the Giants went and brought OBJ back to the Giants. I'm sure Giants fans are like, man, we don't need that dude, man. We don't. And watch him come out there and light it up with Dart. Him and Dart are back on it. And they start doing big things. And now you got Malik Neighbors coming through. You just never know. So it doesn't hurt to have that conversation of bringing Diggs back. I for one, am a fan of Diggs, so I might be a little biased in this. He wouldn't cost beaucoup dollars. He certainly won't. And and it's not like he's learning a new offense. Nope. He's not like he's learning a new quarterback. Nope. You know Josh Allen. You know this offense. Now you just have to find your role in the offense. Where do I fit? Yes, I get it. I'm 31, 32. I might not be the guy anymore. So I got to find my angle. And it's not like he can't do it. He did it when he was in New England last year. Right? That ball was flying all over the place. He wasn't the bona fide number one guy, but he was just a guy that was out there contributing. No different. When he went to Houston, Nico Collins was that dude. Nico Collins was the guy. Diggs was right there to help out. So I would be all in on bringing Diggs back. I know some folks are like, boy, you better go sit down somewhere. We ain't feeling that. We ain't feeling that. Well, I am. I'm feeling that. So if Brandon Beane decided to pick up the phone, because he always says, yo, I'm willing to pick up the phone for anybody, and I'm willing to listen. I would encourage him to see where his head's at. He's cleared of all his legal issues. And you know when his football season, he's ready to focus, he's ready to get after it. How nice would it be if he came back with the gang and they go ahead and make it to the Super Bowl? Come on now. He was just there last year. You don't think he wants to go back? Why not? Anyway, that being said, I wanted to drop those three topics on you. Let me get to the chat and let me get to my super chats real quick. I got to go to my man Polish. What up, Bartek? What up, my G? It's been a minute. Yo, Rico, don't even get me started with all these people saying we don't have players to trade. I'm heated. Well, we don't. We don't. Am I reading that right? We don't have the players to trade. Bartek, unless you can tell me who that you would be interested, if you are a GM from another squad, and let's play the game. I'd love Bartek to be in the chat right now. I would make you the GM of another squad, and I said, I want that player, right? You tell me which Bills players you think that I would offer you a Bills player, and I would want one of your players, and you tell me if you do the trade. I'd love to. Like, let's just say you were the Seahawks, right? And I said, yo, give me Witherspoon. Give me Devin Witherspoon. I want that guy, right? And I say, yo, pick a guy that you think. I mean, I'd love to know. But do we have players to trade? We have players to trade. Let me make myself clear. We have players to trade, but to trade for the likes of a guy like Myles Garrett, you're gonna have to come with it. You are gonna have to come with it. So if you're heated, bring the heat this way, because I'm here for the smoke. I'm here for the smoke. Let me shout out to my man Signified Nose. What up, Sig? Appreciate you. Let me throw my man some love, man. Signified Nose, I appreciate you, G. I think most people accept that we couldn't have made this trade because we're cap strapped and don't have assets like the Rams. People are mad that we don't have the assets because Beane can't draft for ish, and we pay every player on our roster. You do have to realize we have $46 million in dead cap. We're a top 10 team in dead cap. So whether you want to call it bad decision making, if you want to, let me give you contrast. And I'm trying to remember this, and I'll try to see if I can find it. The Bills are $46 million in dead cap. That's how much money that they still have on the books that they still owe to players that are not on this team anymore. Okay? That's number one. Number two, the Seattle Seahawks, do you know how much dead cap they have? I'm so in awe of the dead cap that the Seahawks have. $513,000 in dead cap. Are you freaking kidding me? I got to see if I can find that. $513,000, $500,000 in dead cap. That's it. And the Bills are sitting here with $46 million. Boy, that is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let me see if I can find that stat. And if I can, great. If I can't, I'm sorry, folks. You're just going to have to look it up yourself. But that's absolutely wild to me. So listen, man, say what you will. Say what you will about we don't have this and we don't have that. And it's about cash strap. It is about being cap strapped and cash strapped, which I still question to this day. Like, to this day, how are we so bad with our money? Oh, yes, the dead cap. Paying players that are no longer on the squad anymore. That's how. Golly, it's crazy. Been a while since I've watched the stream. The Sabres actually had my attention past December for the first time since I was in middle school, bro. I was actually low-key rooting for the Sabres, bro. I was low-key rooting for them. And then the Canadians handled business, and then the Canadians went and just poo-pooed the bed against the Carolina freaking Hurricanes. So what you going to do? I think they just ran out of steam. But good on the Sabres, man. Good on the Sabres. They had the city buzzing a little bit. When Bill's season is over with, there's really not a whole lot going on in sports town in Buffalo unless the Bandits are doing something, right? But, like, the Sabres had the city buzzing. So y'all had the city buzzing a little bit, making some revenue for the city. So now you got to wait a few months until the season starts over for the Bills, and then we're good to go. We're good to go. We'll see how that shows out. Signified Notes comes back and says, yo, Rico, don't you think that being here for 10 years and we don't have a damn Josh Allen on a defense is enough for a reason to be upset? There is reason to be kind of like, damn. But I will say this, though. There's no lack for trying. The guy goes and hits defense every freaking year. What it feels like in the draft or in free agency is just the scouting team or whatever you want to call it just isn't hitting, or we're just not getting, or we're just missing the pick. I don't know. I can't answer that. That's one thing that Bales fans have every right to be upset about, that or kind of, disappointed and frustrated. Bro, we need that one guy on defense. But sometimes it's okay to not have that one guy. If you have a group that understand what needs to happen, one band, one sound, and make that thing happen, cool. But, I mean, we're developing. Cole Bishop, if he hits his ceiling, he's going to be a certified dog. This guy's going to be a certified dog. Caleb Elarms Orr, if he is what I think he's going to be, certified dog. You feel me? So we got to give us a moment. Deion Walker, we saw some really good things from Deion Walker. There's a lot left to be desired. There's still some things that I don't like about his game, but he looked absolutely great. TJ Sanders, we're going to find out where TJ Sanders is going to fit when he's in a system that may work best for him. We're about to find out, man. Bradley Chubb, I think I like Bradley Chubb in this system. Going to do what he's going to do. He's back in a 3-4 defense, what he got drafted to do when he was in Denver. Michael Hoyt returning, right? Some good players. Some solid players. I'm looking forward to them. So we'll just see how it plays out. Max Hairston, IGB, Parker, TJ Parker. So we got to let these ones play out. But I totally understand if y'all feel like, man, Beane, bro, you had 10 years to make something happen, man. You'll find yourself a superstar. Maybe we found ourselves a superstar and they're on this roster right now. And maybe it's a rookie. Maybe it's Elarms Orr that comes in and he's just undeniable. Maybe he becomes the Fred Warner that we need on this defense. We'll find out. We'll soon find out. All right, let me hit another super chat and we're out of here. My man Jam says, yo, just to let you know, Beane never named the Rams. If he didn't name the Rams, then he was never in on it. He probably felt that I ain't got none. He probably felt I ain't got nothing to offer. So why am I going to even bother trying to put my name in the hat when I ain't got shit to offer? They're going to look at me like, Rousseau? Are you kidding me? Jared versus 3 years in the game? He's 26 maybe? Greg Rousseau's a couple years older. One's on a rookie deal, one is not. Come on. You know what I mean? That's what people are looking for. They're looking for superstars. And first of all, let me be clear. This type of stuff does not happen. You don't get a generational player traded for a 2-time Pro Bowler. It's just those things just don't happen, right? But Les Snead has noticed something. He saw a gap. He saw a window, and he struck. He struck. And he came in and he hit. And right now, that boy hitting. That boy straight up hitting. All right. Let me read a couple comments in the chat. I'm scrolling back up to kind of catch back up a little bit. You guys already know, man. Super chats always get priority, and I appreciate you. And by the way, I appreciate everyone that is super chatted. I appreciate everyone that's in this chat right now. Do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like. Let your boy know what's good, and show some love. If you have not had an opportunity to go out and check out Joe Marino's channel right now, Locked On Bills, he had an opportunity to have all 15 or 16 content creators on there, giving up their top 10 important Bills players to the future of this franchise. And I did 2 videos. I won't tell you what the second video is because that's going to be tomorrow. But today, I was on number 9 explaining why Dalton Kincaid is going to be an important player. And I'll tell you right now, I had Dalton Kincaid as my number 4 player that is important to this Bills team for the future of this team. I have number 4. My list was, and I'll tell you my top 5. My top 5 list of important Bills players of the future. All right. Obviously, you already know what time it is. Josh Allen's number 1. We should just remove Josh Allen, right? I went Josh Allen. I went James Cook. Then I went DJ Moore. Then I went Kincaid. And I went Christian Benford. Those are my top 5 important players on this squad. Top 5. And this is for the future. So I'm looking, for me, it's the next 3 to 5 years, bro. 4 to 5 years is what I'm looking at, right? I'll be nice by saying 3 to 5, but I'm looking at the 5-year window, not this year and next year. No, I'm talking about beyond that, because there's probably some guys that are probably not going to be on the squad 2 years from now. So I'm looking 3 to 5, and that's what I had. James Cook as number 2, Josh Allen number 1, DJ Moore and Kincaid, bro. I'm gonna just say this on Kincaid. I'm gonna let it be. If this brother stays healthy, no sleeve on his knee, PCL, completely healthy, bro, he becomes the mismatch that he was back when he was a rookie, and now healthy, a little stronger, understands the game, understands Josh Allen, and now he becomes the guy that we would have had the rookie season, and now he's a little more knowledgeable. Bro, he could be as dangerous as they come. Now add in the likes of DJ Moore, where you can't key on guys like Keon Coleman and Josh Palmer, where you're like, whatever, man, I'll just watch you do your route. Now you got to really pay attention to DJ Moore. Now you got to really pay attention to James Cook in the flat. Now you got to really pay attention to a guy like Skylar Bell. So those things matter. Those things do matter. So I think Kincaid is going to be a fine player. He's a top 5 player for me on the squad for the future of this team. Every quarterback needs a damn good tight end. Receiving tight ends that are mismatches just don't grow on trees. They just don't. They don't grow on trees. So when you have one, bro, get him right, get him healthy, and insert this guy into this offense, and let's get right to it. The guy had a career high 5 touchdowns last year on a bum knee. Let this guy get right, get healthy, boy. We're going to have a nasty one. So this is the year he puts it all together. He's got to put it all together. All right, let me read a couple comments, and I'm going to get out of here. What do we got? I got my man Jordan says, yo, Garrett didn't do ish against the Bills when he was on the Browns, so hopefully he won't do ish against the Bills when he's on the Rams. Everyone forget Josh Allen stiff arm Aaron Donald smiling. Yeah, I remember that. That was fun. That was good times. What about my man 99 says, yo, Bills Mafia, best fan base in all the sports, deserves a Super Bowl, at least a chance to compete for one. No appearances in 30 years is not good enough. No, you're right, bro. Ain't no and ifs, buts about that. Bro, we need to get one. I need that. Signify knows, yo, Rico, I don't care if he's trying. He keeps missing, and he's crushing his team's Super Bowl hopes. I get it. There's some frustration, Brandon Beane. But Brandon Beane's probably frustrated too, bro. He wants his picks to work out. Being a GM is not an easy one because you want to give your picks enough time to develop. You don't want to give up on them too soon, but you also want to kind of have a balance of going and get the right free agent. And that's where, you know what I'm saying, he's iffy. He's had some moments where he went and got a good one. He's traded for some good players, right? Stephon Diggs was a fantastic trade. That led to 4 fantastic years with the Bills, right? Von Miller would have been a great one. That didn't quite work out. So now we're looking for the next best trade that Brandon Beane can muster. DJ Moore might be the pick that works out. And that's like, and we're not talking about this, and we're right back to Super Bowl. Who knows, man? Who knows? But I get what you're saying. I get it. Let me roll on through here. My man says, yo, Rico, why don't we have those players whose fault is that? Well, it falls on the GM. There's no question about that. I will never not, you know what I'm saying, not blame our GM. It's a GM's job to get the groceries, the right groceries, to make sure this meal is edible. And right now, we've been eating this meal. It's been good, but it's always been missing a little something, right? It's always been missing, man. Yo, what? It's missing something. You know where you eat a meal and it's good, but you're like, oh, man, if they had a little some of this would kick, right? Some people bring their own hot sauce wherever they go. Maybe it's missing a little bit of hot sauce, man. Let me put some hot sauce on that sucker. Maybe that's what we've been missing. But Brandon Beane, listen, man, he's I don't want to say he's close, knocking on the door, but this wasn't a bad draft for him. So IGB, TJ Parker, right? Elarms Orr, Jalen Kilgore. Maybe these guys are significant pieces to the defense in the next, year or two. Free agent pickups this year, not bad. CJ Gardner-Johnson, that's a good pickup right there. So he's had some misses for sure, but he's had some hits. And hopefully this is the one that we can say that he had some big hits. All right, let me keep rolling here. Let me keep on rolling here. By the way, while I'm rolling, do me a favor and smash that like and give this a follow. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you have not shared this channel, go ahead and share this channel to your peoples, man. Let's get this thing going, man. Let's get those likes up there. All right, let me see what else we got. What else we got in terms of comments and questions. My man Brian Bauer says the Rams are like, yo, F them picks always, bro. They don't care. As long as it gets me the right piece to win, that's all that matters to me, right? That's all that matters. My man Bartek says, yo, Rico, the right player is the generational player right in front of you. Listen, we already know what time it is with Josh. Josh is that dude. And we just need the right pieces around Josh to get over the hump, and we going to be there, man. We're going to be there. The question is are the right players on this team right now? Are the players on the team right now? Spurs or Knicks? I'm sorry, but Wemby is just this guy. Listen, Karl Anthony Towns is do your best. That's all I'm going to say. Do your best. Now, he is Chet Holmgren is just a bag of bones. Both two bags of bones. I'm surprised it didn't cause a fire with those two guys rubbing up against each other, right? Two bags of bones. But you have one of them that's just a little more fiery, a little bit more power, a little more nastiness. Chet was just getting pushed around. I don't get it. But the Knicks, I like the Knicks as an underdog story. I love it. It's good for basketball. But Wemby different, bro. He's just different. That's all I got to say, bro. He's just different. But Karl Anthony Towns, man, he's going to have to do a good job defending and seeing what he does. He's got a little more beef on him. So, and Karl Anthony he's got some versatility to him. So, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Jalen Brunson's got to come in and do work. Josh Hart, he's got to come in and do some work. What do you call it? Ogunjobi, am I saying that? Ogunjobi's got to do work, right? Those boys got to do work. But the Spurs, man, they're well coached. They're just a damn good player. They're a damn good team. So Spurs or Knicks, I love an underdog story, but I have a feeling it's going to be a sweep. It's going to be a sweep. Spurs 4-0. Call it a day. We're lucky if the Knicks get one. We're not giving and that sucks for the NBA. If they sweep in the finals, bro, you don't want that. Nobody wants a sweep. But I think that's what it's going to go to. So OG Onunobi, I don't know. We'll see, man. A6 arm reach, but go Knicks. We'll see, man. OG, he's a former Raptor, so I know all about OG, man. So we'll see. But Spurs in 4, maybe 5. Spurs in 6. I don't know about that. I don't know if Knicks get 2. I just don't know. All right, last comment from me, and I'm out of here. How would you feel if Diggs is back in Buffalo? Let me tell you how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like that. That's how I feel. So if Diggs comes back to Buffalo, bring me. I'm in. I'm all in. My man said, yo, the Knicks are a way better matchup for the Spurs than you think. The Knicks have the wing size. And listen, I want a good matchup. Don't get me wrong. I would love for the Knicks. Like I just named off several players for the Knicks, and they have a great bench. Their bench is deep. So they could really, and maybe the Spurs, they'll catch the Spurs tired. Going up against OKC is a absolute mess. Like y'all got to go up against that team is just flop after flop, 7-game series. It's not easy, man. So they might be tired, and maybe the Knicks, with a little bit of extra rest that they got by taking care of that bum ass team that they played. So we'll see. We'll see. But anyway, hey, if the Knicks can pull it off, man, that'd be great for basketball. That would be great for basketball, bro. I would love that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. I feel great to be back doing live. I'll be listen, I'm gonna apologize to you guys now because I am Coach Daddy. So I've been coaching my girls soccer. They're finally on the same team right now. So this is my one opportunity in that age group where I can be a part of this is life stuff, right? You want to be able to cherish this moment while you're coaching your girls while they play, right? It's never going to happen again. This is my moment. So I'm coaching damn near 3-4 nights a week, and then we have games. So I may not be live as often, but I'm still putting out video clips so you have a little something to nourish yourselves while we do this business. So I appreciate you guys with the patience, but we'll be back at it again shortly, handling business. And folks, do me a favor. Go out and check out Joe Marino's video. I'm number 9. And then tomorrow I will be discussing somebody that I put on my list that nobody put on their list. And I was like, what? You didn't put this guy on your list? Well, let me explain to you why I put him on my list. So tune in tomorrow, tune in tonight. Go ahead and check that out, and we'll go from there. So y'all have yourself a fantastic evening, and we will catch you guys on the flip side. It's your boy, and I'm gone. Let's go.
Most people don't realize how much their personal information is being bought and sold every day. Data brokers are making billions, pulling details about you from public records and the internet, and then packaging and selling it, usually without your consent. That's how your information lands in the hands of scammers, spammers, even stalkers. It's why you get endless robocalls and why ads seem to follow you everywhere. That's where Aura comes in. Aura actively removes your data from broker sites and keeps it off. They also instantly alert you if your information shows up in a breach or on the dark web. But Aura goes beyond data protection. With one app, you get a VPN, antivirus, password manager, spam call protection, dark web monitoring, and even up to $5 million in identity theft insurance, all backed by 24/7 US-based fraud support. Other companies might sell just credit monitoring or just a VPN. Aura gives you all of it, together, at the same price competitors charge for just one service. Start your free trial today at aura.com/remove. Protect yourself now at aura.com/remove.